Thank you very much. And here's what I would like to say. The more strikes the enemy is trying to kill against our civilian infrastructure sites, well, first of all, we need to make everything we can to protect these sites, to protect our civilians. But the more attempts they make to accomplish this, the bigger the safety zone will be across our border, especially since this territory, just like other territories that we've been discussing today, these are historically Russian lands. And we are going to draw a conclusion, and then we'll discuss some other issues. But here's what I would like to say. Russian armed forces continue to maintain strategic initiative, special military operation zone. And the liberation of Konstantinovka has a great strategic significance. We all know that this city is a key transport hub and an industrial hub on Donbass. There are 20,500 houses. And in Sumy, which is a regional capital, there are 30,000 houses. So it's comparable numbers. And it opens up a route to continue to advance towards Kramatorsk and Slavyansk, which are key to liberate the entire territory of the Donetsk People's Republic. As for the safety zone, once again, it is a crucial part of accomplishing our tasks. The North Group doing great, and they continue to push away the enemy troops from our border. And decisive role is played by soldiers, officers. They are showing best traits of a Russian soldier: loyalty, love for one's motherland, camaraderie, and brotherhood among soldiers. And I would like to ask you to convey the words of gratitude to all the soldiers, to all the officers that are showing courage every day, being heroes every day. And we need to award the best of them with state medals, state orders. And now a couple of words about information and propaganda campaign launched by the enemy about the results that they allegedly achieved on the battlefield. And I would like to say that the Kiev regime itself and the so-called European peacemakers who are not looking for peace, they are only looking for a continuation of war against Russia in their statements, in their actions, with their statements and with their actions. Their true face, they show their true intentions. Statements by the European officials, they were saying that they welcome the innovative, they put it, use of the unmanned technology by the Kiev regime. And I've already talked about this publicly. I've already addressed this. And it's a rhetorical question whether that means that they also mean strikes against our civilian infrastructure, civilian transport, against student dormitories. Does that mean that they encourage the Kiev regime to launch more strikes like this? But I would like to say that massive strikes, infrastructure of the Ukrainian military complex and other infrastructure that supports its functioning, we will continue. We must continue with these strikes, with these efforts, because these ideas are being floated. They are in the air. So they have these ideas. They are trying to act on these ideas, and we need to counter these acts of theirs. And also we need to continue to analyze the involvement of every instigator, every person who is encouraging to continue with this war in Ukraine. We need to analyze their involvement. We need this analysis to make decisions in the future, responsible decisions in the future, or at least we might need this. As for the alleged accomplishments on the battlefield that the enemy is doubting, first of all, we need to understand that to justify their false statements, the enemy may try to carry out some terrorist attacks or some sabotage actions. He may make some incursions to try to confirm the statements that they've been making of the alleged accomplishments, and we need to prepare ourselves for these kinds of incursions. And the statements by the heads of the Kiev regime about the successes that we know are not true, they are good for us, because these comedians, they know nothing else. They were never taught anything else, but with their actions and with their statements, they will disinform themselves and their sponsors, which is good for us, which is beneficial for us. The commanders of the Russian armed forces need to continue to act rhythmically, consistently, rationally, to overcome difficulties that are natural under the given conditions, and they need to do everything possible to preserve lives of our soldiers and to ensure the fulfillment of all the goals that were developed by the General Staff of the Russian Armed Forces for the special military operation.